Welcome to the Cendien Deep Dive. Okay, let's unpack this. Generative AI, it's evolving incredibly fast, right?
Absolutely. Faster than many expected.
And now we're seeing these autonomous AI agents emerge. I mean, these aren't just glorified chatbots.
No, not at all. They're software designed to actually perceive their environment, reason about it, and act independently.
To achieve complex goals, you mean? Like, think of them as digital colleagues.
Exactly. Digital team members, they can manage complex tasks, even write code. You've probably heard about Devon AI.
Right, Devin. So for enterprise computing, this feels, well, massive, a seismic shift.
It really is. And it highlights a problem.
Which is?
Our traditional API architectures, they were built for, human-driven interactions, predictable stuff.
And interactions, yeah.
And they're just not equipped for these dynamic, goal-oriented AI behaviors. It's exposing some critical vulnerabilities.
So that's what we're diving into today. Why existing APIs are actually a major roadblock for these autonomous agents.
Precisely. And crucially, what the smartest companies are starting to do about it.
Okay. So tell us more about how these agents actually work. What makes them tick?
Well, what's fascinating is their core structure. They use large language models, LLMs, basically, as their brain. That provides the core reasoning power.
The thinking part.
The thinking part, exactly. But then they pair that with techniques like RAG, Retrieval-Augmented Generation.
Right, G. Okay, what does that do?
It lets them pull in real-time relevant info from vast external data sets. Think of it like fact-checking on the fly. It helps prevent those hallucinations and keeps them grounded in reality.
Ah, okay. So it's not just making things up.
Hopefully not. Their basic architecture is gather data perception, process it, decide, and then act.
And acting could be generating text or?
Or making API calls, controlling robots, you name it. So this deep dive, we're exploring how enterprises are adapting their APIs for these agent-ready workflows.
Looking at the benefits, the challenges?
The challenges are significant, yes. And the future implications, too, across industries like manufacturing, healthcare. We want to give you a kind of roadmap for understanding this tech.
Okay, these agents sound incredibly capable. But how are they really different from, say, the automation tools we've had for years?
Good question. It's fundamental. Autonomy, adaptability, and proactivity.
Okay.
Unlike those older fixed rule-based systems, AI agents can make decisions without constant human hand-holding. They can change their behavior based on feedback.
So they learn.
They learn. They can even anticipate user needs sometimes. They reflect on their actions to get better. Plan sequences of steps. Think Hugging GPT managing multi-step tasks.
Right.
And they use external tools and APIs. Gorilla is an example, leveraging APIs dynamically. It's this constant feedback loop, learning as they go.
That feedback loop seems critical, but let's play devil's advocate for a moment. For listeners thinking, okay, but why do my existing APIs fail? Where does that predictability clash with the agent's dynamic needs?
Yeah, that's exactly the core challenge. Traditional APIs, designed for those static, predictable interactions, they hit several walls. First, scalability and flexibility.
Meaning?
They struggle with dynamic workloads, latency sensitivity for real-time stuff. Their payloads are rigid. You can't easily modify things mid-query.
Which leads to?
Versioning nightmares, inefficiency. It's clunky. Then there's security. That's a big one.
How so?
Traditional token-based authentication. It struggles. An agent isn't like a person logged in for a session.
Right. It might need access for just a tiny task, then disappear.
Exactly. It might need to spin up and tear down multiple, very specific permissions for various microtasks really fast. Static tokens become clumsy, even a security risk.
Okay, clumsy and risky. What else?
Discoverability and efficiency. Poor API documentation is a killer. It leads to hallucination errors.
Where the agent just guesses wrong about how to use the API.
Precisely. It misinterprets unclear instructions, makes invalid calls, wastes resources, which drives up costs, especially if you're paying per API call.
And legacy systems probably add their own problems.
Oh, definitely. Protocol compatibility issues, resource constraints, it all hinders performance.
It's really clear then, APIs need a strategic rethink, not just a patch. So what does this agent-ready API roadmap actually look like for businesses? What are the first steps?
It means fundamentally rethinking how we build these digital pathways. First up, agent-specific API standardization.
Going beyond things like REST.
Yes. We need things like intent-based endpoint design. Imagine one endpoint handling multiple actions based on what the agent intends to do.
Giving the API a bit of a brain itself.
Sort of, yeah. Understanding the what, not just executing a specific pre-programmed command. We also need agent-specific API headers for session continuity, identifying roles, telling humans from AI.
And documentation.
Critically important. It has to become machine-readable and dynamically discoverable. Agents need to find and understand APIs on their own.
And the infrastructure underneath all this, what needs to change there?
That's where stateful context-aware middleware becomes key. Like an intermediary managing context, reducing redundant queries.
To handle the back and forth.
Exactly. And for scalability, you need auto-scaling infrastructure, load balancing, intelligent queue management for those multi-turn interactions. Context-aware caching helps too.
Makes sense. And security. You mentioned tokens were clumsy.
Right. We need agent-specific roles and access policies. We need to clearly differentiate human versus agent interactions in the logs. Dynamic consent management.
So granting permissions on the fly, basically.
Yes, and robust audit logging with anomaly detection. It's all about securing data and preventing misuse as these agents get more autonomous. We need granular control and visibility.
Putting all these pieces together, wow, it's obvious AI agents aren't just some new feature add-on. They're really reshaping how enterprises operate.
They are. It demands a complete rethink of our digital plumbing, as you might say.
So wrapping this up, where does this leave us? We've seen how agents are transforming things, from customer service to software development. This shift from static tools to proactive assistance is huge.
It is. And the journey towards these truly agentic systems capable of self-optimizing, orchestrating complex tasks, it's profound. It raises big questions.
Like the need for these new API standards, better security.
Definitely. Dynamic authentication, role-based access for agents, machine-readable documentation, all crucial. But it's also about balancing this immense potential for efficiency and innovation with, well, the critical stuff.
Ethics, accountability.
Exactly. And the ongoing need for human oversight. What stands out to me, and maybe the key question for you listening, is how do we as a society ensure these powerful autonomous systems are developed and deployed responsibly?
To really make sure they advance technology for humanity, not just for technology's sake.
That's the core challenge ahead.